listening to LOA Recon with the Good Vibe coach Jeanette Ma, where we dissect the ins and outs and the art and science of conscious creation, all intended to amp up your manifesting game. Let's have some fun together. Thanks for tuning in for another episode. I've got a cat purring on my lap right now. I'm wondering if you can hear her. She's kind of a loud purr, but she is such a great model for what I wanted to chat with you about today, and that's to share some perhaps alternative ideas than the ones most of us were raised with. Here's where this subject came from. I was talking with someone the other day who was basically berating herself for being lazy. She was saying things like, I just couldn't get anything done. I didn't feel like doing anything. And she was saying it in a tone like she deserved a lashing or something. I'm talking about a savvy creator. If she wanted company and feeling guilty about not being productive, she was talking to the wrong person. Because I think lazy is a superpower in conscious creation world. It's like the stealth secret to getting what we want, to not try too hard. So instead of feeling bad for not getting things done, I'd be congratulating myself for it. I mean, I am the author of a book called Slacker Manifesting. I'm the literal champion of doing nothing. When I say champion, I mean like cheerleader and supporter and encourager, not like I'm the very best at it. I'd love to take the title of having mastered lazy, but I do still find myself defaulting to some old ways of thinking, it's like someone's out there counting how much I'm getting done and I'm going to get a gold star at the end of it if I do enough. That's ridiculous thinking. Conscious creators know it doesn't matter what we do, that it only matters how we feel. So in that sense, we're kind of spoiling all the potential benefits of laziness if we feel bad about it. So let's not do that. Let's celebrate it. Instead, let's know that if it feels good, okay, sometimes lazy doesn't feel good. Sometimes it doesn't. But when it does, let's let it. Let's let ourselves enjoy it. Because when we're experiencing relief by not doing something, that is exactly the ticket to getting whatever we want. Anything that feels better puts us on the path to dreams come true. And yes, we might have to release some old beliefs in order to really embrace that. But the belief that we have to work for what we want, that if we don't make it happen, it won't get done, that's a muggle teaching. That's not what we're about. Well, conscious creators know that what we want to do is leverage our true powers to create what we want. And that's our focus. That's our vibration. That's not making it happen with our two puny hands. Okay, I know that sounds like blasphemy in a society that is all about making ourselves more efficient and productive so we can get more things done. We've got apps everywhere measuring what we're getting done and how fast. But honestly, productivity is not a key to successful manifesting. You probably know that from personal experience already, right? We know the key to manifesting is vibrational alignment. And alignment, it's all about enjoyment. It's about getting happy. It's about feeling good. It's about appreciation and satisfaction. It's not finishing that to-do list. So to whatever extent you enjoy doing things, rock on with your bad self. Go be productive. That's fabulous. But to whatever extent you enjoy relaxing, ooh, can you just hear the smile on my face when I even think about it? Look, we got to rock that party when it's time to. Because again, it isn't truly relaxing if we feel guilty about it. Laying on the couch for alignment is pointless if our mind is just racing about all the things we should be doing or how we're going to pay the price for this time spent doing nothing. Enjoyment, ease, satisfaction, those are good vibes, not the whole vibration of go, go, go and be real busy and burn the candle at both ends. That routine is not getting us where we want to go. I still have room for improvement on this myself. I can still occasionally see remnants, more than occasionally. It's not like it happens 3 times a year, more like 3 times a week, where I see remnants of those old habits of trying to prove myself worthy, not consciously. This is totally subconscious, but I'm trying to feel deserving of the good stuff by paying my dues. Like if there's a friend that I haven't talked to in a while and I check in and he asks what you've been up to, my tendency like if I've been out of commission for several hours or for a couple days, is to list a whole bunch of things like, oh, I did laundry and I vacuumed and I scooped litters and I watered the plants and I got some emails done, and that's my tendency. I bet I know where I got this. No offense, Mom. But I remember being little, and me and my brother would be playing on the front room floor. Mom would be sitting on the couch watching us play. And then Dad would come home. And as soon as she heard he was home, she'd jump up and she'd start doing stuff. And I didn't understand what was ruining our revelry. Here we were having a perfectly delightful afternoon or evening. But as soon as Dad was home, Mom was, and I think it was more than just, it was time to make dinner. Like, she did not want him to see her sitting on the couch. Okay, I think I picked up some of that. It's hard to be in this society and not have picked up that. Even if I didn't get it from my parents, I'd have gotten it from teachers or bosses or somebody. So, yeah, I'd much rather have a tendency to answer the question from a friend. But I haven't heard from you in a while. What you been doing? I'd love to be able to say, nothing. I've been doing absolutely nothing. To say it without guilt, without judgment, without anything other than a yay me kind of energy, like, aren't you jealous? I probably have done that sometimes with some savvy friends who understand the power of nothing. And I should say, look, there's the kind of doing nothing because you can't, like, you're just exhausted, you're so overwhelmed, you can't do anything anymore, or maybe because you're depressed or discouraged. But there's a different kind of doing nothing. There's the kind of doing nothing because you can, because you're not afraid to, because it feels good, because sometimes it is more perfect than anything else you could think of. I'm giggling at this. In fact, I kind of like this little fantasy. What if in our culture we championed inactivity? What if we prized laziness? What if we shared success stories about how little we managed to do it? And what if we created apps that kept us off track for doing anything? Like they were designed to distract us and help us lose track of time. Okay, I'm cracking myself up. I love the thought of what if when we reported to our friends and our sweethearts about how great our day was, we were like, oh, yeah, I was doing real good at not doing anything, but then I just got a fabulous idea for a blog post, and I just did that one, but I didn't do anything else. Kind of like that idea. Instead of I did this, that, and the other. Yeah, I was really busy. Wouldn't it be cool if we were proud of ourselves for how little we did or how long it took us to do it? If someone else said they did absolutely nothing all weekend and we were like, woohoo, you go, girl. That might sound a little extreme for some of us. For some of you, it's already how you roll. Hats off to you. But in a way, does it also sound like extreme relief? It kind of does to me, because again, it's so ingrained in so many of us to keep track and keep up and get her done, when in reality, the path that suits us much, much better in life is to just do whatever feels best, whatever is most inspired. And a lot of us don't really know what our inspiration is until we've had a proper break, which, I hate to say it, many people don't know how to have. And you know who you are, those of you who make vacations hard work and who have trouble relaxing when you're not doing something. When you get uncomfortable because you start to feel, again, most of the time this isn't even conscious, but we feel a little unworthy when we're not earning our keep in some way. I think it's worth remembering that our worth isn't measured by what we get done or what we accomplish in life. Our worth is never in question. We are all, every one of us, spiritual rock stars just by virtue of being here, period. We have nothing to prove, and there is nothing that has to be accomplished in order to feel like we did good, all right? Let's just get that straight. So, just for fun, let's practice enjoying ourselves and our lives more by embracing that counterculture of goofing off and slacking our way through the week. Let's give ourselves credit for long stretches of doing nothing, and celebrating our ability to daydream the afternoon away, and whatever else someone else might consider to be lazy or good for nothing. In fact, that's what I want to be, good for nothing. Actually, I want to be good at nothing. I want to get better at relaxing and enjoying rather than ticking all these things off my mental to-do list. And I'd like to feel accomplished and deserving and productive because of it, not despite it. Because we know, conscious creators know, that feeling good, it leads to good things. And sometimes doing nothing is exactly what feels better. I know it can sound extreme, but I think it's a healthy remedy to our driven approach to get things done in life. So let's make more room for universal magic and let our angels and our spiritual helpers act on our behalf while we become expert allowers and receivers. Doesn't that sound nice? And if you're gremlin saying, that sounds nice, but no, if I don't do it, it won't get done. You know what? Is it true? Maybe it is. Maybe it turns out it doesn't have to get done after all. Remember Abraham's advice. Anything that feels like paddling upstream, it is not taking you where you want to go. So maybe if it's that hard to get it done, it doesn't have to be done. And maybe not doing it will allow for that even better that you've been working so hard towards your whole life to unfold. And if you question how this routine will affect your life if you really embrace it, I invite you to read a guest post Abigail Steidley wrote for me at Good Vibe Blog. If you go to goodvibeblog.com and search on Abigail Steidley or Slacker Manifesting, you'll find her post. Or if you're a GVU member, she's got a recorded call in the archives. I'll make sure the post has a link to it. And I do have an ebook on this subject too, so if you've already got a copy of it, because lots of people have bought this one, maybe pull it up for a reread. Because we've all had those experiences that remind us, that prove to us how well it serves when we stop doing so much and we're willing to appreciate and enjoy a little more. For the record, I want to say, because it might sound like it, I am not opposed to taking action when it's inspired. But most of us have trouble knowing when inspiration hits because we're so busy doing things we think we should be doing. I feel like I just wrote a blog post on this topic. If I did, I forgot the title, but I feel like it was really recent. Could be wrong. Anyway, here's to kicking back this summer and letting life be easier despite the fact, and let's be honest, it'll be because of the fact that we're doing less. Sounds like a good time to me. Thanks for listening and happy manifesting, everyone.